The SRC International board seemed to only rely on their chief executive liaising with their advisor emeritus, then Prime Minister Najib Razak. According to the prosecution's 39th witness, SRC's board had placed full trust in their now missing CEO Nick Faisal Ariff Kamil, who had a direct line to the former PM, so much so that they did not verify or question the directives he brought from Najib. By the Malaysian Insight, this is The People versus Najib Razak. Follow us into the courtroom where it all happens. I'm Patrick Teo. Dressed in a dark blue suit and a purple tie, Najib slouched through another half day in court as proceedings went more smoothly after his lawyers sorted themselves out. Yesterday's session saw multiple interruptions as defense lawyers stumbled through documents with former SRC chairman Ismi Ismail. The former PM's lead counsel, Shafi Abdullah, had asked for an early adjournment for his team to consult among themselves and look over the documents thoroughly. Ismi returned for the fifth day, the longest a witness has testified in the trial so far. Harvey continued his cross-examination, and he did not make it easy for the witness. He was double, triple checking through what Ismi has testified over the previous 4 days. He raced through his questions so fast that prosecutor V. Sitambaram had to tell him to slow down. Ismi also seemed flustered as he did not understand Harvey's questions. Let's hear more from Ray.
Ismi again reiterated that he left SRC because he was unhappy about how CEO Nick Faisal Ariff Kamil ran the accounts and finances of the company. He said this countless times throughout the course of his testimony. He confirmed that his boss during his time at SRC was Najib, but he never met the former PM during his time with the company. That's 3 years, from 2011 to 2014, as chairman. Never met his boss. Yesterday, we said that the witness had testified that the 1MDB board trusted Nick Faisal solely as he was personally in touch with Najib. We made an error, and it was the SRC board instead. This meant that the SRC directors never verified anything that Nick Faisal brought to the board either. Ismi confirmed that SRC's ultimate shareholder was the Finance Ministry, which Najib helmed at the time. He maintained that the board's decisions were in accordance with the Prime Minister's instructions. While the witness was testifying, Najib was in his favourite seating position, slouching in the dock.
After clarifying Ismi's testimony, Harvey then continued to examine more documents with him. The lawyer pointed out a peculiarity in several letters and director circulars which were handled by Nick Faisal. Harvey asked him to identify the logo on the letters and the signatures on them. The letters were printed on 1MDB letterheads but were signed by Nick Faisal, who was SRC's CEO. Ismi agreed that it was unusual for Nick Faisal to sign off a letter with 1MDB letterhead since SRC had its own letterhead. The other peculiarity was a letter sent by Goh Get Kim, SRC's company secretary, also using the 1MDB letterhead. Ismi said that the board may have overlooked this detail, and he was unsure if this practice was usual. Court then took a 10-minute break, and Najib took the lift downstairs, presumably for a cup of coffee. When court resumed, Harvey's cross-examination centered on the company's transactions, namely the 1.8 billion ringgit that was transferred to banks in Switzerland and Hong Kong. Ray is here to tell us more.
Harvey pointed out that SRC's board had asked to meet its banker before transferring 1.8 billion ringgit from the first 2 billion ringgit KWAP loan overseas, meaning they were not following instructions blindly. SRC's board had requested for monthly financial updates of the money, but the management did not provide the information. ISMI also said there was a proposal to invest the remaining 200 million ringgit in the account in unit trust and blue chip stocks. Harvey also brought up M-Bank's relationship managers who handle SRC's account, Joanna Yu, Crystal Yap, and Daniel Lee. But ISMI said the board didn't even know they had relationship managers. While the witness testified, Najib had his legs crossed and his left elbow propped on the dock. He seemed to be listening to the testimony.
Soon after, Harvey wrapped up his cross-examination for the day. But he wasn't done questioning ISMI and told the judge so. Judge Nazlan ordered ISMI to come back on Monday, and the witness will be back on the stand for the 6th day. Then court adjourned at 12:30 p.m. This podcast is produced, written and mixed by Revati Supramaniam, Yapik Kwan, Yvonne Lim and Ravin Palanisamy. Additional reporting by Timothy Acharyam. I'm Patrick Teo.